got the shorts on. You ready to play power forward or center tonight if you need it?
Just staying ready. Staying ready. Nothing new, so that's good.
Any update on Kelly?
No update as far as being ready or able to play. I haven't asked Ed today. Kelly said he felt a little bit better, but we just got together here at 4 o'clock, so we haven't had a whole lot of time to talk about anything other than getting ready for this game.
Do you expect him to play the rest of the season?
Kelly? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I mean, it should be. I would think it would be within the week, but I don't know that.
With the addition of Isaiah Thomas, what you see in those 2 games, and what kind of new look does he bring for you guys?
Well, I think the biggest thing with Isaiah, and this is his reputation coming in, is that he has the ability to play off of high screens, and he has the ability to score. He's good at getting inside the paint. He's good at passing and figuring out creative ways to get his shot off. Guys like that are invaluable. Guys like that, especially at the end of the game when it gets a lot more physical off the ball and guys are a lot more locked in on the ball. Having somebody that can break it down is really important. And he made huge plays the other night. We're gonna need him going forward. I think he's a good complement to the guys we have in the backcourt. So far he's played well.
Have you given him any more thought of making him a starter?
No. I like the way our 2 guys are starting together, and I like what he's done off the bench. So, is he capable of being a starter? Absolutely. He's a good player, but we'll cross that bridge if we need to.
Is Jonas becoming a little more comfortable with things? I know it's still early.
Well, after our flight yesterday, where everybody was, mostly catching up on rest and then not getting here till 4 o'clock today, I would say that, if he's more comfortable, it's just a little. The hardest part about this, Adam, is, and we've got a monster stretch of games with, I think, we talked about it the other day, I don't think we have more than 1 day off till April 4th in a row. So it's going to be tough. He's going to have to do a lot of on game day review and then get ready for the opponent and then be ready to play and get up to speed that way. He and Gigi both. They're both very bright, and Isaiah. And they're all very bright, and they've all caught up pretty well. But it's still it's still tough because there's not going to be a lot of practice time. And even on days where we have the ability to practice, I'm going to want to save legs of our guys because some of our guys are playing more minutes than they're used to.
This is essentially your 3rd and 4th version of this team this season. And like you said, with limited practice time, what is your message, the way you want these players to finish this out?
It's like the 7th version in 2 years. And so, I think the biggest thing is we know this is our team moving forward, which is, nice. We're getting to know each other as far as the 3 new guys. I think it's easier to add 1, obviously, than 2, and it's easier to add 2 than 3. 3's a lot. So the things that I've learned in the past is just you coach that group as well as you can, but you don't rush in the new guys. So like Isaiah, it's good for him to watch the first few minutes of the game so that he can get even more of our lingo down. Sit with guys who have been here before. Sit next to the coaches and talk about it. Any chance you get to do that, to just acclimate them as quickly as possible, but you can't rush it. You can't expedite it any more than it naturally can be because of the amount of games we have and the amount of time they're on their feet.
Saying that, does it surprise you that he's been playing so well so quickly?
Well, we're not running a ton of stuff with him in the game. I mean, he's probably he's probably at 30 to 35%, maybe 40% of our calls. So, which is good, but it's just getting used to the lingo. So, in the game, we probably run half of that. So, we haven't been all that complex when he's been in the game, other than out of timeouts, and he's done well in both just playing in free and also out of timeouts, which is good.
Is there 1 or 2 areas, Brad, where you've seen Avery Bradley's growth from the beginning of the senior season to where he's at now? That kind of jump out at you?
There's a couple of areas. Number 1 is he's been very consistent on both ends of the floor. And I understand. He was always a guy that could get into the ball, and that's the way people viewed him defensively, and that's why he was thought about so highly. But he's really good off the ball. Like, he's really gotten good off the ball, which is great because he's got the athleticism to impact others and get back and defend his guy. Offensively, he just continues to expand and grow, and at the same time, I think he's figured out what he does well, and he stays in that more often than not. And then I told him yesterday, you know, one of the things about it, he's playing with a smile a lot. You know, I think he's really enjoying this group. I think he's enjoying playing, and I think that, you know, that's a good thing. And he's having a lot of success, and that impacts that. But you know, it's a long season, and there's a lot of games, and it's good to see that.
Did he need some convincing to focus more on the balls? I mean, he said he's watching a lot more film than he used to.
You know, I mean, it's, you know, I think it's always been something that we've really emphasized. And, you know, when Rondo was next to him, he would guard the ball handler a lot, and Rondo would guard off the ball. Well, that's been, you know, flipped some here now, and so he's got to have a little bit more responsibility off the ball. And, you know, whether it's with Marcus or whether it's with Isaiah in the game, Isaiah certainly is going to guard the point guard most of the time. So, you know, he's had to guard probably more positions, and we'll probably continue to do so because we're pretty small on the perimeter when we play Jay at the 4.
Speaking of Rondo, incident last night,
you know what? First of all, without knowing that or being in that, it's all I would be doing is guessing, right? So that is what it is, and he's a proud guy, he's an accomplished guy, and you know, I've heard some of the quotes of both Rick and their team, and they're right. Things like that occasionally happen, and you move on, and they'll move on. He's a bright guy, but he's also accomplished. He's a proud guy, and you know, he's smart. He probably, I anticipate he'll play really well the next game. He just has a way about responding positively to things, you know. And I'm hopeful for that, you know, certainly for him.
Brett, is there anything you'd like to see from Jared over these next few weeks, whether it be mentoring the new guys or paying attention to games, watching for things, or anything you want him to do?
No, I think the biggest thing for him is to make sure his rehab's going smoothly. You know, obviously he's going to have to be in tune to what we're trying to do game to game and how our schemes tweak offensively and defensively over the course of time, because he's going to have to be able to pick those things up on the fly when he's able to play again. But no, I don't have any specific. The most important thing by far is getting better.
Thanks.